the latest over the disappearance of prominent Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Saudi Arabia has now agreed to let Turkey search its consulate in Istanbul, where Turkish authorities believe the Washington Post contributor was murdered. The Post itself releasing this photo of Khashoggi the last time he was seen entering that consulate 7 days ago.
Now, after criticism over its silence, the Trump administration weighing in briefly on the issue. The State Department came out with this after the president's comments last night, writing, as the president has conveyed, the U.S. is concerned. State Department senior officials have spoken with Saudi Arabia through diplomatic channels. We call on the government to support a thorough investigation and to be transparent about the results. And here's the European Union's foreign policy chief on the same subject.
We are fully aligned with the U.S. position on this. We expect a thorough investigation and full transparency from the Saudi authorities on what has happened.
And Ali Mustafa from TRT World is joining us now from Istanbul. Ali, what have you learned? What do you know of the status of the Turkish investigation, especially now that apparently Saudi Arabia is letting it inside the consulate?
Well, this has been a key demand of the Turks. They have maintained that they believe something did happen in the consulate, noted, but what exactly transpired? Anonymous sources from Turkish officials over the past few days, some saying that Khashoggi was murdered inside the consulate and his remains were taken out by 15 Saudi officials. But now it seems they're saying that the disappearance, the emphasis now is on the disappearance of the Saudi dissident, the Saudi journalist from the consulate to either Riyadh or Cairo. So the investigation now, and this key demand of the Turks, which the Saudis have accepted after days of inquiry, is to get inside the consulate, try to determine, ascertain the exact facts of what actually happened after Khashoggi entered, as he was seen on October 2nd at around 1 p.m. in the afternoon. After he entered, the last image, what exactly happened? What happened to the CCTV cameras inside the consulate, which the Saudis claimed weren't working? The Turkish officials and authorities have told TRT World that CCTV footage from inside the consulate was taken by these 15 Saudi nationals out of the country on their departure.
But then, Ali, what will this search of the consulate determine? It's been more than a week. Presumably the Saudis, if they did do something, were able to clean it up. There's not going to be a forensic examination. So what would be the next step if nothing is found in that consulate?
Khaled, you have to keep in mind that this is a very delicate balancing act for the Turks. The Turks have treaded carefully. Anonymous sources have leaked some information out, but as far as official sources are concerned, the Turkish president has said he's still hopeful of a positive outcome, whatever that means. But the tone seems to be turning more aggressive over the past few days. He says now the onus is on Saudi consulate officials in Istanbul to prove that Khashoggi left the embassy as the Saudis claim. Now, this is the point of contention. He went inside. The Saudis say he left after getting the documentation that he arrived there for. The Turks said it never happened. So that's what they have to figure out. And what this means for the larger, broader diplomatic relations between already frayed ties between Turkey and Saudi Arabia, well, that's a big question as well.
Right, certainly another big question in the United States. We've heard some sort of limited statements from Trump yesterday and from the State Department today, but whether they'll take any action, how much pressure they're actually putting on Saudi Arabia, a close ally of the Trump administration, that is not so clear.